Sky Goddess here again. Today we're going to do episode 3 of What's in My Pack. The first episode was food. We talked about our food and what we ate on the trail. Second episode was the kitchen, in case you're just joining us. Today we're going to reach down in the pack and continue pulling things out and just talk about them. Today it's going to be clothing. This is my clothes bag. It's a waterproof, they're called stuff sacks. It's a waterproof stuff sack. You put all your clothing in here. Actually, this is all of my clothes for we're going to be out for about 2 weeks on this hike. So for 2 weeks, this is everything I'm taking. And it was the same, even when we did almost 5 weeks on the trail, the first segment, it's basically the same stuff. I don't really bring any more for any longer periods, because you get off the trail every so often in the little towns along the way and you do laundry. So just because you're out longer, lazy, you guys, sorry guys, go. Just because you're out on the trail longer doesn't mean that you bring more things. Obviously, you just can't carry all that stuff, so you wash what you have. So we'll dump out my stuff sack and we'll start to go through it. And I've promised a few groups of people that I'm going to be completely honest and talk about things that may be a little bit awkward or weird or whatever. So guys, if you're not interested in what clothing I will wear, this is probably your chance to just skip this video. So fair warning. So this is my stuff sack. It's Sea to Summit, really super light. And I keep a Ziploc bag in here just in case I wear something one day and it gets really nasty or wet or yucky, and I can just put it in here and stuff it in the bottom of my bag. That way it doesn't get my other things dirty. So little tip. I think first I'll start by saying you need to know what conditions you're going to be hiking in. Last year we had extreme heat. It was ridiculously hot. The year before that it was cold. So you do need to know what you're going to be facing. Sometimes you don't know. We're going to watch the weather right before we go to see what it is. Right now, the area where we're going to be, it's in the 70s in the day and the 50s at night. That's awesome. So I'm kind of planning for that. But some of these items that I'm carrying could change at the last minute as we check the weather. So I think I'm going to start with what I'm actually going to wear the first day, which is not in this group. I just have it right here so I can show you. I am starting, guys, get out of here. One moment. Guys. Go. Sorry for the puppy interruption. Okay, so I'm starting the trail with a skirt. This is a hiking skirt. I prefer a hiking skirt over shorts because a hiking skirt can be cooler and more breathable. This particular skirt is made by a girl. She makes them all by hand when you order them. It's called Purple Rain, I believe is the name of her company. Purple Rain Adventure Skirts. So she is an Appalachian Trail hiker. This skirt is ultra light, super lightweight fabric. It has 2 jumbo pockets on each side, which I'll probably have my phone in and my glasses or something. And this waistband, you can either wear it up, but I will probably roll it down like this. It has no underwear underneath, and that's a great thing. I like that because that lets me choose what type I want to wear under it. And guys, I'm so sorry about the puppies. Guys, come on, out. So I mostly wear things that are wool. That sounds like it might be very hot, but it's the opposite. Wool, like a really thin wool, is cooling and breathable, and I like my clothes to be breathable. They dry quickly, so I could not find, I've searched high and low, I can't find women's underwear that are like a bike short length, not a brief or a boy shorts or anything like that. I want the bike shorts length because I'm climbing rocks and stuff all day, and when you raise your leg, I don't want something that rides up. So no other choice. I ordered men's wool underwear. This is what I ordered, and I love this company. This is kind of cool. I have a lot of their shirts and some of their pullovers, and even a bra or two. But we went to New Zealand last year, and we got to go to this sheep farm is what it was called, where huge acres and acres of land where they keep their sheep. The sheep just roam, and we saw the sheep where they get the wool for these. So that was kind of cool. But anyway, this is what I wear. Men's, I just order a men's small, and they fit nicely. They're okay. I don't think they don't even have this little pouch thing on the front, which is not necessary. So that's good. But this is what I will wear under my hiking skirt, and it will be very nice and comfortable. It'll be breathable. It'll keep me cool. It'll keep me warm. Does all the good stuff. So that's perfect. So, and for the shirt, same icebreaker shirt, a wool t-shirt, dries quick, keeps me cool. For the bra, I've tried all sorts of hiking bras, tons of hiking bras. So this time I just went with the one that was the most lightweight, which is Champion. I ordered it online, just a sports bra that weighs almost nothing, and it's not so bulky with all the pads and stuff. So, and this is a buff. A buff is, I guess it could be called like a scarf that's connected. You can use this for so many things. I use it for a thing around my neck. I can pull it up over my face if I want. I can use it for a hat. I can use it for a headband to keep the sweat from running in my eyes. At night, I put it over my pillow and use it for a pillowcase. There's just so many ways you can use a buff. So I always take 2 or 3 of these and use them every day for one reason or another. I have a hair tie to keep my hair up. Now we'll talk about my feet. I have another pair of socks, which I don't see right now. Okay, so for footwear, let's start with the shoes. Over the years, I've tried all sorts of different hiking shoes. When I first got into long distance hiking, I thought waterproof shoes, that would make the most sense, right? You know, you're walking and you rain and you could have to step through streams and whatnot, so why wouldn't you wear waterproof shoes? Well, good question. Waterproof shoes do not breathe. They would protect you from getting droplets of water that hit your shoe. It would not go inside your shoe. But when you're out hiking, you get pummeled by rain. Water runs all down your body, runs down your legs, down inside your shoe, gets your socks soaking wet, your feet soaking wet. So it is not good at all to have a waterproof shoe that does not breathe. Your feet will never dry if you have waterproof shoes. Also, hiking boots. That turned out for me to be a big no. I don't need anything that comes up my ankle. I haven't yet anyway. So these are actually the same shoes I wore last year. We only did 76 miles last year. So these shoes still have a lot of tread on them. I'm taking them with me again this year. I should be able to get at least 300 miles out of these without any problem at all. But these are super lightweight trail runners, and they're called Ultra. and I believe they're the Lone Peak 4, I think. But they have a really wide toe box. They're super light and breathable, so if you step into puddles, when it rains on the Appalachian Trail, all the water rushes onto the trail. So at times you're walking down the trail, which is actually like you're walking in a river. So you're walking in a river basically, so water's everywhere. But when you come out of that and you'd like your feet to start drying out, as you walk, the water from inside is able to squish out of here. And eventually your feet can dry out a little bit. And at night, the hope is that you can kind of sit these upright and water will drain out and they'll dry more quickly. We've had wet shoes for 3 or 4 days at a time before. So that things just don't dry out for us anyway with the weather that we've been experiencing on the trail. But anyway, Ultra Lone Peaks are my hiking shoe that I love. Look out, baby girl. And my socks. So I definitely have a sock system. I go with wool again. I love wool. Also, it doesn't stink as badly as all the man-made synthetic fibers that a lot of our workout clothes are made from. These are called Injinji, and they're sock liners, and they have the individual toes, and it's a little awkward and weird if you're not used to this, to shove your feet into these and put your toes into each one of these. But once you get used to the feeling, it feels really good, and they protect your toes from blisters. I wear this sock first, and then I usually wear Darn Tough socks. That's my favorite brand. This is, these are by Right socks. These are wool, and they also have an extra layer liner inside. So I put this sock over the top of this sock, and that's my sock system. And I've been incredibly happy with this system. It works great for me. I've had no blisters whatsoever. Also, these are called gaiters. Basically let me show you how this works. This is where the puppies last year chewed my shoe. So I always have a little reminder of my puppies. They are being so loud right now, they're playing. I'm sorry if you can hear them. But these shoes have a little tab here that flips down, and it's Velcro. And also on the front here, there's a little loop that you can hook your gaiter to. So you hook your gaiter here. This goes over you're putting this on like a sock and you're pulling it up. So you would hook your gaiter right here, and your leg would be in here. And then there's the little Velcro tab right here that will go right here. So your leg is in here, and this keeps dirt, rocks, twigs, anything from flipping up while you're hiking and falling down into your shoe. And I tell you, it's well worth it, because otherwise you're stopping all the time to shake something out of your shoe. So that's my shoe and sock system. So now we'll talk about what other clothes I bring. So when we're hiking a section, we usually stay out on the trail, I'd say 5 days, 6 days at the most before we make it into a town. So whatever I bring has to last me for 5 or 6 days. So I'm very minimalistic because I don't want to carry this stuff. So this is going to be very gross to a lot of you, and it was to me before I really got into all this stuff. But you have hiking clothes, and then you have camp clothes. You don't hike ever in your camp clothes because you want a nice set of clothes that you just sleep in, something clean that you can put on when you're done with your hiking every day. So I have 2 shirts that I hike in. So I'll hike in this blue shirt until it's too disgusting to hike anymore, maybe 2 or 3 days, and then I'll switch out for this shirt and a new buff. And I also have socks. Another pair of socks, yeah. I have another liners and another sock that I take. So I have double shirts, double buffs, double socks. And I'll do 2 days at least in each one of those setups. And I also have a spare pair of underwear. So these are a little longer, but just a spare pair. So 2 underwear. I will try my hardest to rinse my underwear out if we're near a stream or something, and hang them up overnight. So maybe they get a little bit clean, but most of the time they don't dry overnight. So sometimes I don't do it. I might flip them inside out, but that's just how it is. You just do what you gotta do and you don't worry about it. Okay, so night clothes or camp clothes. I don't know if it's gonna be really cold at night or not. So I've thrown in my bag. This is the heaviest thing that I have. Blazy, go get your ball. These are just my Lulu running shorts. They're just my favorite running shorts, and they have a built-in panties, and I can also hike in these if necessary, but I could also sleep in them. So they're multi-purpose, so I feel like they're worth the couple of extra ounces that I'm gonna have to carry to keep them here. So if it's a hot night, I'll sleep in these. Or if it's something happens to my running skirt or something, I'll at least have a pair of shorts that I can hike in. Guys, go. If it's a cooler night, I have these. These are called base layers or base camp pants. These are woolies. They're #1, which is a real lightweight, but they're wool. They're just little wool pants. They're so comfortable that I wear them all the time at home. So I love these. Really light. So they're like leggings that are really light wool. Same with the shirt. It's a long sleeve wool t-shirt. Long sleeve, I love it. I'll sleep in this probably every night. And this is another buff. This is by a company called Ex Officiado. I don't know if I said that the right way. But it's a company that is known for making fabrics that are treated to be bug repellent. So I will probably use this, if it's a really buggy time, I'll use it as a pillowcase so that bugs won't be around my face, or I will wear it around my neck or something if bugs are bothering me. So that's just in there just in case. Here is an extra layer. This is by Outdoor Research, a company that makes great hiking stuff. This is super lightweight. It's a hoodie. It has little things to cover my hands if my hands get cold. So it's just an extra layer to wear over the top of the shirt if I'm cold, and I can sleep with the hood up, and that'll provide a little bit of warmth. I can also use this as a cap as well. So if it gets cold, I'll cover my head up with all that. I have a bra to hike and a bra to sleep. I wouldn't wear a bra to sleep, but I have a feeling we're gonna see a few hikers on the trail this year, because in March and April, probably a couple of thousand people set out from Springer Mountain, Georgia. And their plan is to hike the entire Appalachian Trail in 5 or 6 months. So they start in Georgia in March or April, and they head north. Well, this year, because of all the stuff that happened with the virus and stuff, a lot of people made it about 300 to 400 miles before that happened, and everything shut down, and they had no support on the trail, no places to stay, no grocery stores, no transportation or whatever. So the majority of them, the vast majority of them, got off the trail at right around the 300 to 400 mile mark. And a lot of them got off in Hot Springs, North Carolina. And some of them went home, some of them hung out with friends or family or whatever, but a lot of them are just starting to think about getting back on the trail. So I have a feeling we're going to be experiencing more hikers around us than we normally would. So anyway, hence the bra. I can't be sitting around camp with no bra on at night. So this is my night bra. So too much information for the guys, but the girls need to know this stuff because, oh, I'm on forums, a lot of social media forums with hiking that are especially for girls, ladies hiking forums, and we talk about this stuff all the time. So they asked me if I would be very candid about things that that I talk about, all the details. So anyway, also camp shoes. You take your hiking shoes off immediately when you finish hiking. Your feet need to breathe. They need to stretch out, relax. So I have some flip-flops, which I'll show you later, but they're over here on the side of my pack. But Doc got me these really cool wool flip-flop socks. So if my feet get cold, I will wear these flip-flop socks and still be able to walk around camp in my flip-flops and sleep in the nice warm socks. So, and then here's one more buff that I take because I just can't seem to have enough buffs. So that is it for my clothes. Now the only other thing I might do is if it turns out that it's going to be colder than I think it's going to be, I will throw in a really lightweight fleece that I have just for another layer of warmth. I don't think it's going to be cold enough for a puffy jacket at all, so I'm not going to do that. But that's the only other thing that I would add. So I hope this has been informative for you guys that are interested in the hiking with the clothes. Hope you've enjoyed it, and we'll keep going with the journey through my pack as we uncover what's in there step by step. I have a few more interesting things in the bottom, so hopefully you've enjoyed it. Thank you for sticking with me, and happy trails, friends.